What's your name, sir?
Mayamba David Jackson.
Mayamba David Jackson.
Yes.
From where?
From Salama, Munyonyo.
Salama, Munyonyo. That is in
Campala. Yeah, Machinde Division.
Machinde Division. How long have you been in Machinde Division?
All my life. From my childhood, I wanted to be a civil engineer. I grew up when I was in Naruvule. I had a maternal uncle who was a carpenter and a builder, and he taught me on Saturdays we could go and do building business. So for me, right from the word go, I never aspired for any other thing other than construction.
Where did you derive the inspiration from?
And from that maternal uncle, who was a carpenter and a builder. So we could go with him, and I used to earn some money. So I saw the discipline good. She was earning me some money.
So when you started working, first time, how long did it take for you to be paid?
For me, by the way, I didn't find problems with getting unemployment. Because I was on the street for about a month or two. Then I got, because for me, I was so flexible. I didn't have many things to fix in my mind which could let me fail to get somewhere to work. You know, some people fix in big salaries, big offices, but for me I was just that humble. I just wanted to be working, get experience, do my own business.
What are some of the challenges you have faced in the field of work?
Most of them I just ignored them because they were not serious problems. Because for sure, actually for me, I enjoy construction. I enjoy a building coming up from nothing and
something.
When some people are entering and then I say, wow. And I just record in my my CV that that one is also done. The other one is done. So for me, I don't call them challenges because each construction site is different from another. Some are in the villages where there is no shop around, where there is no lodges around. But what do? There is a site they gave to us. It was in Chinyara Sugar Works, 5 kilometers away from the factory. And all that 5 kilometers, it was just sugarcane. And somebody said, here, that's where I want to build labor lines. Labor lines, those are houses for porters and whatever. And they say, this is the plan. And what else? You have the agreement, begin. We just brought a tent, made fire to chase away animals. First day, second day, third day, we were sleeping in the open. Fourth day, we had already some structures on the site. And for me, I enjoy.
So now that you don't call that a challenge, maybe let me rephrase this question somehow in this way around. What is the biggest loss that you can say that in this year or at this time, in terms of my business or my work, I made such a loss?
Losses were there, but not necessarily as a result of construction. You could invest and then things don't work out. Because one time there is a scam which came up. They were building, they were also to rear fish for us. And I found it in one of the trade fairs of Buganda Kingdom. The other palace in Endeavour.
Yes.
So I picked them from there. I saw they were having a lot of lungfish, and they were saying, "For you don't need to own a pond. You can just begin. And for us, we bring the money. We have the ponds and just maybe like the capital chicken." And we went there. We injected some money, but by then I was not so keen.
Which year was this?
I can't remember well.
If you can estimate, like how long ago?
About 10 or 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Some time back. But all in all, it was a scam. So I lost about 11 million in that.
How did you tell that was a scam?
How
did you tell that it was a scam?
Because finally, one of us who was one of the investors discovered that the woman wanted to run away, and they arrested her. And on arresting her, that's when everything exploded. That's when we came to know that even the ponds, they were just hiring them.
So you said you lost around 11 million. How did the funds accumulate to 11 million? What was the contract like?
For them, it was a bit different. You know, in fish farming, you inject in a lot in the beginning.
Okay.
Then feeding is very meager, very meager. So much of it was to be like they could say about, because I had got about two ponds, and they were to do some work on the pond, then even cover it with a net, removing the water. First of all, the rent for 9 months, because lungfish.
All they wanted was your investment, your money, your capital.
Yeah.
For them to do the job for you.
But we went to the site.
We went
it was
to the
in Impige.
How much money did you give them initially?
Well, that's the 11 million. But as I told you, initially they need a lot of money.
Oh.
So for the 2 ponds, 11 million had gone. Then this one of feeding was to come like 150,000 every month for feeds. That was easy. But the hiring, the cleaning, the fish fingering, the young fish, all that cost went into the amount, into the 11. So about 5.5 on each pond.
What were your expectations?
It was about 40 million.
After how long?
After 9 months.
After 9 months. Wow.
And the market even was there.
So these people, did you have a contract with them?
Of course. Of course. I've told you I'm an engineer. I had. Actually, that helped me much when we came to showing them. We showed them, because those ones we got them. But they had nothing.
Did you recover the money?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
11 million at that time. It looks like that was quite a lot of money 15 years ago. How did you work to achieve this money? At which period? What was the period you worked for this money, 11 million?
I told you, my work is in my hands. We get incidental money. Let's say somebody can come to me and he says, I want to set up a house.
Yeah.
I come, I say, please, can you give me 2 million or 1 million? When you say yes, I just get a day. We come, we set the house, say, please give me my money. If you want me to continue supervising, we say, each time I come, how much I pay? Then we agree. And each time I come to your site, you have to get my money. If you don't give me the money, like now and tomorrow, I cut off my services. So I was, and by the way, I told you I had a base, a salary. Then my free time, I was using it to earn supplementaries. And those supplementaries could help me a lot. Secondly, I was rearing pigs at home, rearing chicken. I had planted mushroom, rabbits, and all that was business, not for home consumption.
So that was business. How was that business? Did you get the results? The
results was good.
Okay.
The results
especially with poultry.
Poultry, I was getting money. And actually, 2 of my good daughters, I was getting basically money from the poultry and pay their tuition.
At what scale were you rearing the poultry?
Not a lot, 500 broilers. But that is about if 500, say, call it 480, because some have to die, and you multiply it by, say, about 10,000. That could come as a lump sum, and then you pay off
the tuition.
Then when it comes to reinvesting, I get from my other sources. As I told you, I had a salary. I
to finance the other projects.
Yes. So that's how we are doing it with my wife.
Is the business still standing?
No.
What
I got some
happened?
problems. My wife died in the car accident.
Sorry.
And she was actually the right-hand person in those businesses at home.
So how did you recover from the trauma of losing 11 million in the fish farming scam?
I had an earning. You know, when you have an earning, you are not bad off like somebody who has injected in all he has. Because all that 11 million, by the way, I was not alone in the 11 million. We were two. I even ruined my accountant that please, there is this business. And he said, well, let's go in. And we went in. For me, I don't put there a curtain.
How much did the person inject?
I think he had put in about 4 million. Because I earn much more than he does. And we were to share. And one pound was to be for him and 1 pound for me. Then we were moving together. But we all lost.
Quite unfortunate. So, that is now the fish farming. Which other loss in the business sector that you are doing?
Those are minor. Even I wouldn't like to look at those ones. Let's say you can be keeping 300 chicken, then a disease comes, about 250 die. But I call those one minor because they are expected. But these others, like somebody squandering 11 million, that's some big money.
So your appetite for investment
could die, and even you fail to locate with the cause, but you keep on moving. You forget that the 2 or 3 pigs. One time I had bought exotic pigs, 3 of them from Narrow Nuts, and they brought them like today. They store them in 3 days' time.
Sorry.
The farm was without.
Which means the issue of stealing started long ago. It's not
even chicken have been stealing them, but for me, I keep on moving.
I know.
Because those are things. That's what I was telling you, that instead of sitting down crying and yelling, you move on. Life is like that. There are people who have lost a lot. For me, I told you I come from Ruero. That's our ancestral place. This very regime, what did to our parents in Ruero? They were left with nothing. The houses went, the businesses went, everything went. But we couldn't sit and simply yell and cry. She started on. So
how do you explain your appetite for investment from the story, the short story you have shared with me?
It's lifetime. I have to do it until I go to rest. Yeah. Okay. Because if you don't, you don't invest, or you don't go into business, then you are dead. You are dead. I have 5 kids. 3 of them already graduates. Okay. But I didn't give them education as an investment. And they know. And even I used to tell them that you study for yourself. If you are to give me money, that's bonus. Yeah. If you don't give me, I will not sit there and begin to say, put in a lot and they are not returning. Because when I was giving them education, it was to help them to also steer in the world, but not as an investment. You were not giving them fish. Yeah? You were not giving them fish, but you were teaching them how to fish. Of course. And many of them, they have the skills I know. They know the skills I know. Because we've been together on the farm. They know how to keep chicken. They know how to even get briquettes from Kasasiro. Such things. As I've told you, I know a lot of skills, but I've been giving it to my children, and they know. Okay. So the onus is on them whether to use it or not. So, right now, if we can move this very fast, you among the victims
of capital chicken scam. Now, from your experience of fish farming scam, why was it so quick to be persuaded again into the capital chicken?
The word quick should be removed, because I was not quick at all. These people have been in business for about 2.5 years. And I knew them right from inception. And I was studying them. And even I approached them. As I told you, I went and even searched from URSBS, and they told me these are registered. Said, Then I went to Sanlam Insurance. They said yes, they have a policy. If the chicken dies, we pay. Said fine. Then I went even to their farm, and on their farm I found about 8 farmhouses, and chicken of all age. 1 week, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, all were there. Although there were not too many, but they were there. And there were some other promising things, like I found them building a butcher that we want to put on add value to our chicken, so that it can bring in a lot of money rather than simply the normal way. And they had the machine of plucking off feathers. I saw all that. And then from there, even I asked them questions. How do you make these super profits which we don't make? And they answered that, please, we are having a market which you don't have. For us, we sell in these hotels, big hotels. I said, yes, because in the big hotels, they don't buy at the same price as these people from the market who come to our farm and they take a chicken at 12,000. Then they even said on the expenses, we are reducing on the expenses on this chicken. We are planting our maize in the Luwero district. So from all that I gathered, I said, okay, let me start small with them. Since they are registered, I know where to find them. And I saw even the furniture.
How long did it take you to carry out this due diligence?
It was about 6 months.
6 months?
Because I was not in a hurry.
And the company had existed for 2.5 months before?
2.5 years.
2.5 years, sorry. Before.
Actually, my serious business with them was this year.
This year? So it took you 6 months to carry out the due diligence. And what informs your mind that the results were quite different from the fish farming scam?
The fish farming stuff, it was not a registered company.
Okay.
And even although we went and saw the farm, the farmland, but we didn't know how many fish or number of fish could be in the pond, and that's where those people conned us. A pond was what they were telling us that it could keep about 150 fish. No, 220,000 fish. Kumbe, it was only for 450. But because of our ignorance in fish farming, we believed that the pond could
accommodate.
And even for us, we told them, don't put in all the 20,000. We want them to be big. Put in just 10,000. And when we were doing the calculations, it was more than double. So we said, we don't want the other spagon. Put in just 10,000. Kumbe, it was all sham.
Okay, so it was a bit different from that.
Because this one is a registered company. And even they had an insurance that in case the chicken would die, they were ready to pay. And even I saw their farmland. It was on 7 acres. They had areas of expansion.
The one they talked of in Mukono.
Yeah. They had area for expansion. And they were even working on to add value to their chicken.
You went to the farm. Did you go there alone?
No. We were about 4 people.
With the investors or the owners?
So finally, they also invested. They also invested. Because they saw for themselves, we interacted with them, and then we said, fine. Although the profit looks to be big, but the project is doable. So he just went by that.
So initially, what was your first investment, and what was the contract
1 million.
like?
And they were to give me an interest of 480,000, which they did. And finally, they sent it to my account, 1,480,000.
After how long?
4 months.
So
then that's when I said, okay, let me tune up and go to 3 million. That's the second category, to earn 15% interest. And that's when they closed. They closed when I was supposed to pick my money on the 13th of September, and they closed on the 27th of September this year.
So when they closed, roughly how much was your investment?
For me, I had put in 3 million.
3 million.
And which means it was to fetch 4,800,000.
Okay.
And there is, because for me, I'm a preacher, because I'm saved. So we have our circle, the preacher's circle. We had also put in 3 million, which means that is about 9.6 million. Then because mine had expired, I went for what they call reinvestment.
Okay.
I told them, instead of giving me 4.8, just give me 800, and then the 4 million I reinvest it with you.
We willingly.
Willingly. So, but the 800 they didn't give it to me, although they wrote the agreement for reinvestment of 4 million. So that's all I have with them.
So couldn't you tell that the quick profit and the huge, like it sounds, was a scam?
In Uganda, that's a funny question. In Uganda, there is no huge profit.
Okay.
Because I'm seeing people doing it, and it's not a scam. Actually, there is no limit to a profit in Uganda. There is no profit limit. So people earn, even there are some areas where people earn 3 times the investment. Yeah.
So you said that you had a business which was doing very well until things turned out the other way when your wife died, and that is poultry. So a mind would come out to say, but why wouldn't you rear your own chicken? Because you're already in the business.
Why would I continue where I'm getting little money and there is a chance for making big money? That would be a question. Because I've told you, I've never made a profit of that amount with the chicken under my hand. But that's where they were telling me that you don't have a market. You buy the feeds from the open market, but for us we have our own plan. So I said, and usually, I think you've ever heard of where they say that OPM, other people's money.
Yeah, of course.
In the world, people make money using other people's money. So this was a kind of using other people's money, because when we are about 100 or so, and we all contribute about 3 million in a basket, and we storm the poultry market, definitely you can't expect the proceeds to be like when I'm alone. So that was the essence behind.
Okay. Now, right now as we speak, it is no longer news that Capital Chicken closed. But now, what we need to know, what have been the interventions? Where have you gone to report, and how has this case been handled?
Okay, this Capital Chicken, when the case came in, it started off by Capital Market Authority writing a letter claiming that this Capital Chicken were not registered with them and was not supposed to do business publicly. So when that letter came out, it went to FIA, Finance Intelligence Authority, who rushed so quickly to freeze the accounts of Capital Chicken, but which I'm seeing as a blunder which they made, or an intention, because they would have got the culprit first, then they freeze the account, because the account can't run away, but the culprit can run away. But for them, they simply let the letter go to the culprit, and by the time they wanted to arrest him, he was already flown to other countries, as they say. So, to me, that was the genesis of their closure. And when their accounts were frozen, they closed the business.
How do you access this information?
We are about 350 victims, and all from different walks of life. Others, they don't even want to appear before the camera because they fear to be exposed. And because of their positions, they give us the information.
Okay.
Out of the pain. For me, I'm talking of about 6 million in investment, or around 11 million with the profits. But there are people who invested in 80 million, 150. So, and those people are not small people. They don't want to appear before the camera, but they keep on giving us the information because they work in some good places.
So
and actually they've helped us a lot, because for us we've made this alarm to all big government agencies.
How? In which, through which media?
Until
which channel?
we've been writing letters, attach proof that we are the victims, and then we've taken such letters to the Prime Minister, we've taken to the Parliament, that is the Speaker and his deputy, we've gone to the leader of opposition, we've gone to the President's office, anti-corruption unit, police, CID, all these people, CMY, and even CMA and FIA. All of them have not come up with a voice which is resting our mind that these people are working on our issue. But instead they are just demoralizing the investors, that you did a due diligence. Those things happen, and yet the money is on their account. Why don't they move the money from the account and they return it to the victims? Hey, then what was the essence of blocking the money when they are not ready to return it to the...
So does this imply that you are citing a foul play somewhere?
Of course. And with due proof, not proof, but I believe, wholly believe, that there are some people who are within this issue. It can't be Pius alone, Wamanga. Who is Pius anyway? He's arrested even if he runs away from Uganda. They've been getting these people by Interpol from all over the place and bringing them here. Why Pius? And he's still on phone, communicating. And the communications, they've been sending them to us. He's talked like this, he talked like this, but he's still at large. And for them, you don't see any move by police to get the man.
This means his phone number is still on and he can communicate with...
Yes. They did some arrests and they released the culprits. Reasons you can't get to know. We've been tasking CID to give us at least a statement. Where have they reached? They always say they will make a press statement. They will make a press statement. Now, September ended, October ended, now we are in November. They are still looking, we are still waiting for such a press statement. So that's why I suspect that these people, they are up to something else.
A while ago you said when you were carrying out your due diligence, you visited URSB. What is this company registered? What name is it registered?
It's a limited Capital Chicken limited liability company with one director, Wamanga Pius.
One director like
one
this?
Director who is with the powers to to sign checks and do whatever. He can sack, he can hire.
So this was a one-man's army.
Yeah. So and could be that way. That might be the reason why they are releasing the stuff. Because all is to him or on him.
So what, according to you, what would be the way forward?
The way forward, because for us as business people, we don't want much. Let them release the money which they froze on that bond, on that account, and pay the culprits, the victims. Because one thing is that these people, they had a database, and they didn't run away with their computers. Everything is intact and within their offices. Why can't they at least open up, get verified? Because I know those people who have been claiming, some of them may be falsely claiming, because you can get papers from anywhere and you purport that you are
a victim.
But they can still get the true victims from that database of Capital Chicken.
How did you used to remit your investment, your money?
For me, usually it was cash.
It was cash. So now, how would you tell that the money which was frozen per se in the account was the investment?
I was just using logic, because if the account is with no money, why freeze it? Because the mere fact that you've frozen it tells me that there is some money on it. Because an empty account or a dormant account, nobody will rush to freeze it unless they are also acting just like the villagers. Because to a villager, he may be simply saying, for me, I've only frozen the account. But on the account, what was there? If there is zero money, why are you closing the account and you don't go to and arrest the person? So, to me, that's why I believe that there is some money. And secondly, government has a way, because for us, when people are impoverished by such scams, finally they come down to the government, which is supposed to be our protector. Because these people, they were advertising all over the place. For Capital Market to come up today and they tell us that they didn't know these people, they didn't see these people, and yet adverts were everywhere in the churches, on the media, even trade fairs, everywhere, and they were advertising in a big way. Now, how to convince us that definitely they didn't know of Capital Chicken for all those 2.5 years would be definitely a perfect lie. But they only tipped them off.
Okay.
Let's end the game.
How have you coordinated with the rest of the victims to have a common voice?
We set up a WhatsApp group. And on that WhatsApp group, we are about 300 plus victims. And we said to put you on that WhatsApp group, you have to show your receipt or your contract with the Capital Chicken. And we are about to go on that much, about 300 or 350. And that can't be the number, because there are some people who don't know that there is even a WhatsApp group which was formed. So the few who happened to know, they registered with us. So we are fighting together to see that we are paid or a solution is given to us.
Okay. Now you are very lucky that you have other businesses that can finance your way of living or your life. But there are those who have nothing and they had all their hopes with this kind of investment. What advice would you give them?
It's hard to give them an advice, because for somebody who is desperate and has nothing, You can simply say, please wake up and begin working, but you never know. He or she may not even be listening. Actually, one of us has died.
Sorry.
She was buried this week. When the news of close of Capital Chicken came to her, she ran mad, threw away the phone, refused eating, and she was sickly. Then the sickness came down on her. She was admitted in the hospital and later on died. 15 million she had injected in Capital Chicken. So, and what I can advise my my fellow Ugandans is that don't invest with such people all you have. You just test the water with a small thing, which even if it disappears, you remain stable. But this habit of going in wholesale wouldn't be the best. Actually, that's what causes desperation.
Okay. So from your experience of fish farming scam and then Capital Chicken scam, what lessons have you learned that you can never ever engage yourself in such an activity? What could be the red flags that you have learned?
Before the camera, let me tell you that I can't say I will never ever indulge in them, but I can only say I will always be doing due diligence. Because business is risk-taking.
I get you.
Whoever fears risk-taking will never do business.
Someone told me
even
that...
some, by the way, what we call normal businesses, they make losses.
Someone told me that that person who fears risk was not born.
True. True. Then you'll be a beggar for life. Money, to get it, you have to invest, you have to do. For me, I can't tell you that this is my last time. No. I have to be more vigilant. Like now, I told you in the first one, I didn't check whether the people were registered. Yep. On the second one, I told you I did due diligence. But I didn't know about Capital Chicken market, and I didn't check there. So, no, I'm learning. Because money is like that. It is only to the lucky few who get it. So for me, I have to keep on looking for money. That's what I can say. So
thank you for sharing a bit of this knowledge with me. You've been talking to Daniel Mugoya. Just a seasoned journalist.
Yes.
Yeah. Any other thing that you think we have forgotten in this interview or this chat that you would love to share with the public?
Well, not much, but only to insist on telling government that they should come out with a statement. People out there are crying.
Yeah.
People, they need at least a voice to them which can restore peace. Yeah. This thing of just keeping quiet, a letter comes to your office, you're a big person, you keep quiet, you keep tossing it. That's not an answer, because it will be like burying your head when actually the whole body is exposed. Because these people, one day or the other, they have to face us, either on the ballot paper or elsewhere. And it will be bad to know that it's you who never acted when you were in the office where you were supposed to act. Let them expose these people. I know we may not get all we invested there, but at least let us see the positivity of our government in fighting this scam, and even stop others. Because right now, as I'm talking to you, there are some scams which are coming, which are up now, but fear and CMA has not come up. As these people were rearing chicken for us, others are rearing goats for the public. Others are rearing rabbits for the public. But you stop Capital Chicken and you leave the other. Why don't they do a campaign and they look into all those ones who are in the
same kind?
Yes, in the same business. And then they save the human, the ordinary Ugandan from such scams. But to come up whenever such a thing has come up, you know, you do diligence, but how about you who is paid to be in the office to do that good business and you don't do it? So let them come out with a statement.
Your name once again? Your name once again?
Mayamba David Jackson.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much too.
What's your name, sir?
Mayamba David Jackson.
Mayamba David Jackson.
Yes.
From where?
From Salama, Munyonyo.
Salama, Munyonyo. That is in
Campala. Yeah, Machinde Division.
Machinde Division. How long have you been in Machinde Division?
All my life.
Are you born of Kampala?
Yes.
How would you prove that you're born of Kampala, apart from spending all your life, entire life in Machinde?
I was born in Mengo Hospital, and my parents were in Salama, Munyonyo. So I grew up there. I've been there up to today.
Your parents, are they surviving?
No, they are all dead.
Oh, sorry.
I'm 63 years, so it's expected.
So you have never seen or been in any other village apart from Kampala?
No, well, I've ever been to Naruvule, that is Hoima Road. We have our ancestral place in the Luwero district, but most of my time I'm in Kampala.
When your parents stayed in
yeah, they were in
Salama,
Salama.
Was that their ancestral home?
No, the ancestral home is in the Luwero district.
Luwero district?
Yeah.
Oh.
But for them, they came to Kampala because they were working in Kampala, bought a place, settled there, and then they gave birth to us.
To you. How was life growing up in Kampala, being born in Kampala and then growing up in Kampala? How was life to you? If you can just share a few moments of...
Life is, I can't say it's okay, but I can say it's fair. Because when you compare it with the village life, Kampala life is better.
Luwero and Salama, where did you spend most of your entire life?
Salama.
So when you hear people speaking about village life, what comes into your mind?
I've ever tested it because I've ever been to Naruvule, which is a village on Hoima Road. So I comprehend the two. But town life is better than the other village life.
What is that special thing you can share with those who are outside there that this is so special about living in town?
Living in town, earning. It is easier to make money in Kampala than to make it in the village. You can make money in the village, but you need to have let's say some capital to move on to. But in Kampala, you can be in Kampala even without capital. Okay. Yeah.
So you started school and primary school.
Primary
and everything.
School. That's when I was in Naruvule.
Oh.
Yanansana primary school.
So who was staying in Naruvule again?
My maternal auntie.
Oh.
I was with her for some few years, and then back to Salama.
So when was that when you attended your primary?
Primary. I finished the PLE in 1974.
Oh.
1974.
When you finished your PLE from Naruvule?
Yeah, but I was staying in Naruvule and the school was in Nansana Primary School.
Then you joined secondary?
Secondary school, City High School. City
High was in Kololo?
Yeah, it is in Kololo.
Oh, up to now, by the way, it's still in Kololo. What can you share about those moments of City High by then?
The City High School, well, life was okay because we had a football ground. We had actually generally life was okay. We were studying with boys of all walks of life, from army men, from the government, from the Wanaichi. So we enjoyed.
So this means you you were coming from a well-off family,
No.
or they were just sacrificing for
I'm
you to
born to a driver, and my mother was just a housewife.
Oh.
So the life is that humble life.
But City School was an upscale school.
No, it was just a middle class. Because there were others where you need to pay a lot of money, but City High School was...
By then, how much were you paying?
I don't remember well. What was it? About 250,000. It was a little money compared to now, but it had value.
Like right now, how much money can that be equated to?
One thing I can say, if at all $1 was 60,000. By the way, when I was in primary, a pound was 20,000 Uganda shillings. And actually, they used to call that note of 20,000 a pound. So you can now compare 20 and the 4,500 of today. So that's how far the degradation has taken us.
City High is a day school?
Yes, day school. Or at times my father could give me some money, but at times I used to foot. And when it came to S4, I shifted to Mulago, to my sister's place. And then because Mulago is near City High School,
yes.
Then I reduced on the footing.
So that's why did you also complete your A-level from the same place?
No, A-level I finished. I did it at Campala High School.
Who are some of your old boys and girls who can remember?
Incidentally, they vanished, because one time I saw Kalema, but most of them, they vanished in the universe. I remember one time I just met Kalema Ahmed. That's the one I have his number. Okay. But the rest.
How about secondary, Kampala High?
Kampala High. Those ones I still see about 4. About 4, because there is Chivuka Andrew Benon, Senkubuge Siasa, quite many. Matovu Joy,
Aloysius.
Those I was a year
ahead of
them. But we were
all the 3.
Not only 3, there are some others.
I mean, you are above them, a class above them, above all the 3. How was life studying with these people? Studying with Andrew Benon, Chibuka, Aloysius Matovu, and Senkubuge. How were these people in school? By then,
they were not celeb. They were commoners. Only that they had the talent. And we could see their talent, because by then, Andrew Benon and all the 3 had joined Bakaimbira.
Okay.
So
they were still students.
Yeah, but they were not doing anything there. They were regarding them as learners.
Oh.
But later on, they became big people.
So, were you friends with them by then?
Yeah, but casual. Because we were not in the same classes, we are not pursuing the same courses, so casual.
So
there is even Richams is somewhere. See him on Nassau Road. That one was also in Anobi, Kampala High School. Kampala High School.
So then you left them because you are ahead of them. So you completed your 11.
You know, life is funny. When you leave school, each one goes his way. By then there were no mobile phones. So you vanish in the world. When somebody goes to Guru, that is all. If somebody goes to Kabale, that is all. So life is like that.
Did you join the university?
I went to Chambogo
University.
By then it was called Chambogo Polytechnic.
Okay.
I did a diploma in water engineering. I did a higher diploma in
Which year was this?
That is from 82 to 85.
To 85. Okay.
I came out with a higher diploma in construction.
So NRM was busy in the bush, but you were also busy.
By 1986, they had come out.
Okay, I mean by the time when they were
finishing,
in the bush.
they were also coming out.
Coincidentally.
Yeah. So I started my working within this regime.
So after your diploma, before doing that course, what did you want to become?
From my childhood, I wanted to be a civil engineer. I grew up when I was in Naruvule. I had a maternal uncle who was a carpenter and a builder, and he taught me on Saturdays we could go and do building business. So for me, right from the word go, I never aspired for any other thing other than construction.
Where did you derive the inspiration from?
And from that maternal uncle, who was a carpenter and a builder. So we could go with him, and I used to earn some money. So I saw the discipline good. She was earning me some money.
So when you started working, first time, how long did it take for you to be paid?
For me, by the way, I didn't find problems with getting unemployment. Because I was on the street for about a month or two. Then I got, because for me, I was so flexible. I didn't have many things to fix in my mind which could let me fail to get somewhere to work. You know, some people fix in big salaries, big offices, but for me I was just that humble. I just wanted to be working, get experience, do my own business.
So you only got experience but you did not get money?
I got the money, but it was small, just from hand to mouth.
It was like a daily allowance? Or?
No, I started working as a site engineer.
Okay.
So, but because they were giving meager salaries, and for me, I didn't want to sit at home. No, I said, better be with a job rather than to sit at home and I wait for my mother to cook my food.
So when was that time you started receiving like good salary, and in your heart you are satisfied that I am trying to eat from what I do?
I can't remember well, but even at times I wonder what is called good salary, because I always even tell my friends, you have to supplement your salary. So I used to get supplementaries. Actually, for me, I'm not one of those ones who have been earning a big salary, say 15 million, 5 million. But what I believe in is that if you give me time and we agree that by 5 I'm off your job, yes, then at 5 I supplement. Because my job, I have it in my hands. Then I could go supervise some other houses, do quantity surveying, do some. In construction, we have many things which you can do and earn a living. So
how long did you work in that profession, in that field of site engineering?
But up to today.
Up to today.
Because that's the only job I know. Well, not the only job I know, but that's the best of my income. Otherwise, all other like poultry, like agriculture, like what? Because I know a lot of skills. I know a lot of skills. But all that's just supplementary too. The best is construction.
Did you, at the time when you were working and you are receiving money, of course, you started up a family, because I know you must have started a family.
Of course.
It's a long story which we cannot go into now.
1990.
1990.
I started up a family.
Okay. Did you try to look for the Benon Chibukas and so on?
No, there was no need. Because for me, we agreed. Actually, Benon, when I was leaving Chambogo Polytechnic, was also leaving NTC. By then, we used to call it NTC Chambogo. And he told me, Mayamba, can't you join me? And you go, because he knew that for me, I was an actor, I was a singer.
So you were a singer, while for them they were actors.
Okay, for him he's not a singer, but he knew me and my brother. For us, we could sing, we could act. But I told him, that is a supplementary. I can't go for drama as an income. No. And that's where we parted.
Okay.
For him, he joined, he strengthened Wakaimbira, hey, and they are where they are now. But for me, I said, I will be in drama, but as and when I have time. And my drama group is Kampala City Players. I think you've never heard of it. We play once in 2 years. Once in a
Why?
year.
So because you're playing it for fun, passion?
Yeah, because we don't, it's not an earning. We can gang up, serious for say 3 months, we put on the stage a play. Then we vanish. And yet for Wakaimbira, they have program after program, program after program,
Yeah,
which I couldn't come in.